it's good to be here. It's good to see your beautiful faces. I'll tell you what, of all the things, of all the responsibilities I have as Chief Scientist here at Unicity, one of my favorite things is traveling the world and meeting new people and talking about science. And as I travel the world, we have great people. I'm just surprised, whether I'm in Myanmar, or Thailand, or Mongolia, or here in Miami, the quality of our people stand out. You shine as a light to people around you. And we give you the products to do that, to shine as a light. We have science-based products. And so we're going to do some training today on our products. Who likes that? Good? Hey, we're going to learn some fundamental science about our products to give you the proper tools that you need to explain to the people you meet that you have something that they cannot find anywhere else in the world. I mean that. Anywhere else in the world, they cannot find what you come and you offer them. So that's the key. We're going to give you those tools today. Before I begin, I just want you to know that I love science. I eat, I sleep, I drink chemistry. It's who I am. I was born to be a chemist. One of the earliest memories that I have was growing up was being in a chemistry lab and running a titration with my grandpa, who was a famous biochemist. He was one of the ones to discover the role of thiamine in the body. He was also one of the ones in 1956 to discover the role of copper in the body. Up to that point, copper, why would copper be in the body? Copper's a metal, it's a toxin, it's bad. Why do you need copper? He was the one to show that copper was a cofactor for many different enzymes in the body. So I come from a family of scientists. My father was a chemist, my grandfather was a biochemist. Where the Gublers come from in Bavaria was actually the founding place of modern chemistry. Right there on the border of Germany and Switzerland was where modern chemistry was founded. So I love science. So let's get ready. So the obesity epidemic is running rampant today. All throughout the world. All throughout the world. Obesity is a huge problem. Obesity is huge. One of the biggest health threats to modern society. Now, when we're talking non-communicable diseases, obesity is it, right? Leads to cardiovascular disease, diabetes, all sorts of different issues. Metabolic disease, in other words, right? So obesity is the root of another. Obesity is just an outward manifestation of a metabolic imbalance in the body. And this is what we call metabolic syndrome. So, did you know that your body does 10,000 classes of chemical reactions every single second? Did you know that? 10,000 different classes of reactions. Now we're talking different classes, right? So we have reactions in the electron transport chain, we have reactions in respiration, oxidation, all the different metabolic reactions going on in our brain, in our organs, 10,000 different classes of reactions. So that means your body is doing millions of different reactions every single second. And those reactions need fuel. If those reactions are out of balance, your metabolism, your metabolic system is out of balance, which leads to disease. Now, when we say disease, we can mean anything as serious as cancer, diabetes, heart disease, to high cholesterol, irregular blood sugar, etc. Okay? So, metabolic syndrome, huge issue. Now, what is metabolic syndrome? So in this paper here, now the reason I show this, don't worry if you can't read everything here, that's not the point. The point when I give my presentations, you'll see I put up a lot of papers. Okay? Scientific, peer-reviewed scientific publications in top-tier journals. Now the reason why I do that is not so you can try to read the really, really small font. I do that so you know that what I'm saying is validated. Right? Because anybody can get up here and say anything, right? Anybody could just stand up and say whatever they want, right? And you can say, oh, okay, he's saying it, it must be true, right? No, I want you to know that everything that I talk about is validated in the scientific literature, okay? So metabolic syndrome, the criteria, an elevated waist circumference. In the United States, what that means is a waist for men, greater than 40 inches, for women, 35 inches. Triglycerides greater than 150 milligrams per deciliter. Reduced HDL, lower than 40 for men, 50 for women. Elevated blood pressure, a systolic of greater than 130, diastolic greater than 85, and or both. And elevated fasting glucose, greater than 100 milligrams per deciliter. This is the medical definition of metabolic syndrome. If you have 3 of those 5, you have metabolic syndrome. Okay? 3 of those 5 fall under the category classification of metabolic syndrome. And metabolic syndrome, having our metabolism out of whack, is what leads to obesity. One of the biggest health issues that we face in the world today, the biggest health issue that industrialized countries face today, metabolic syndrome. Now, wouldn't it be nice if we had a product or we had something that would help with this? Wouldn't that be nice? Who would like that? Yes. You know where I'm going with this. We do have a product. If we could bring metabolism back into balance, those 10,000 classes of reactions that are happening every single second, when we have high cholesterol, when we have high blood sugar, those reactions stop functioning the way that they should. They're out of balance. What if we could bring it back into balance? And that's what we've done here in our products we've developed at Unicity Science. We have 2 products, balanced cholesterol and balanced glucose, that do this. Who's used this product and like this product? My friends, this is a revolutionary product. It is the only product on the market that is designed to help with the fundamental issues of metabolic syndrome. Balanced cholesterol, helping to take and attenuate cholesterol levels, shuttling unwanted excess cholesterol out of the body. Here's the ingredient list, don't worry about that. Another point here, exclusivity. When we design products at Unicity Science, our goal is to give you something that cannot be found anywhere else in the world. That's our goal. And we will not launch something. We will not settle for anything that does not meet that goal. We give you the tools to succeed. We give you the opportunity to give someone a life-changing experience. And the way that we do that through proprietary formulation, we do that through controlling our sources, and we use the best ingredients on the planet. But to ensure all those things, we patent our products. Okay, so we hold patents on our Balance, otherwise known as our IMPAKT Life products. We hold patents on these products. What that means is we have exclusivity for this product. You cannot find this product anywhere else in the world. And if this product is found anywhere else in the world, we actually have 2 lawsuits in our company going on right now where people have made products that are similar to ours and they're not authorized. We vehemently protect our patents in this area because this is a special formula we give to you to change the lives of your family and friends and everybody you meet. Exclusivity. Exclusivity. Keep that in mind. Now let's talk about the key ingredients in balanced cholesterol. The heart and soul of this product is fiber. We have a proprietary fiber matrix. These are specialized fiber ingredients that we uniquely source. We combine together in just the right ratio. When this product was first developed, there were 30 to 50 different fiber matrices, different permutations and combinations that were gone through to find the right combination that absorbed cholesterol and glucose and attenuated those levels. So fiber, huge component. You look at the chemical structure here of fiber. Now isn't that a beautiful structure here? Isn't that beautiful? You know, there's nothing better than looking at chemical structures. Doesn't that just make you feel happy? Oh man, just beautiful. Fiber has a very similar chemical structure to glucose. Okay? And fiber is an organic molecule. Cholesterol is an organic molecule. One of the basic chemical principles that would be good for you to understand and to keep in your mind is like associates with like. Okay? First week, first day actually, organic chemistry. I used to be a professor, so forgive me. Talking brings out the professor in me. But the first day, you teach them the principle that they learned in Chem 101, which is like associates with like. So chemicals with similar properties associate with each other. Okay? They associate together, whereas chemicals with different properties don't associate with each other. Okay? Like associates with like. Fiber is very similar in structure to glucose. So glucose will hang out with the fiber. It's like that group of friends, you know, those people that just understand you, that you hang out with, you feel good around and whatnot, right? That's how glucose is with fiber. They're buddies. They're very, very close. They hang out together, okay? Cholesterol also likes fiber, okay? Cholesterol and fiber are buddies as well. They hang out. Not quite as good as glucose, but still, they click and they hang out together, okay? So fiber, very important component of our balance product. We have polycosanol. Polycosanol comes from sugarcane extract. Now, did you know that your body synthesizes cholesterol? Did you know that? Cholesterol is an essential secondary metabolite for physiological function. Your body produces cholesterol. It needs cholesterol. Cholesterol is involved in membrane fluidity. It's involved in signal transduction cascades. Cholesterol is the starting material for the synthesis of other compounds in the body, especially bile acids, right? These acids that sit in our stomach that help to metabolize and dissolve our foods. Bile acids are made from cholesterol, okay? So what polycosanol does, though, is it helps to inhibit the pathway where the body makes cholesterol. So in our body we have cholesterol. We have a pool of cholesterol that the body needs to do different functions. Well, what happens if that pool of cholesterol gets too large? Then we can get cholesterol, we can get excess amounts of cholesterol in our bloodstream. Cholesterol can precipitate out of our arteries and cause arterial plaquing to occur. Right? So we don't want excess cholesterol in our body. But we still need cholesterol. What polycosanol does is it slightly inhibits or reduces the amount of cholesterol that's produced in the body. Now, it doesn't completely abolish cholesterol production, but it tones it down just a little bit. Tones it down just a little bit. So it attenuates the cholesterol levels. It just dials it back. That's what polycosanol does. Okay? B vitamins. B vitamins are key. If we're going to bring the metabolism, the metabolic function of the body back into balance, we need B vitamins. B vitamins work with mitochondria. They increase energy production, and they make sure that the metabolism, the metabolic reactions of the body have the energy that they need to function properly. So B vitamins are a crucial component. The type of B vitamins are important as well, because there's B vitamins that don't absorb well in the body, they crash out in the bloodstream. We have the best B vitamins in the industry in this formula. Another key ingredient we have in our balance is phytosterols. Okay? Phyto meaning plant, sterol meaning this beautiful 5-ring structure here. Any molecule that has this 5-ring structure here is called a steroid. Okay? Now when we think steroids, we think, you know, anabolic steroids. No, steroids, there's roughly 3,000 known steroid-type compounds in the body that have this scaffold. Okay, growth hormones, cholesterol has this 5-member green scaffold to it. Okay? So, mammals, we produce cholesterol, and we need cholesterol for membrane function. Plants don't use cholesterol. Did you know that? Plants don't produce cholesterol. Plants don't have a cell membrane, they have a cell wall, and the primary component of the plant cell wall is phytosterols. Phytosterols are very similar in structure to cholesterol, but they have a few key chemical differences. And these chemical differences allow phytosterols to be absorbed up in the bloodstream and not cause plaquing. Okay? So the way this works, we take this product, we shake it up, and we drink it a few minutes before we eat, right? We have another key ingredient in here that's on the ingredient list. I don't know if you've noticed before. It's called calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. Now, what does calcium carbonate do? Huh? What does calcium carbonate do? Is it a calcium source? Calcium source? Yeah, okay, yeah, it provides calcium to the body, but that's not the primary function. Calcium carbonate is a base. Okay? You probably have calcium carbonate or sodium carbonate in your kitchen. I'm sure you all do. Baking powder? Baking powder? Okay, baking powder is either calcium or sodium carbonate. It's a base. What happens when you take a base and you combine it with an acid? Who's done the baking soda or baking powder and vinegar experiment? Okay, you mix those together, what happens? Okay, it starts to foam. The reason why it foams is you get an effervescing. It effervesces, it gives off CO2 because you have this neutralization reaction. What's the pH of the stomach? Doctors, what's the pH of the stomach? Okay, anywhere from 3 to 4. Okay, 3 to 4, is that acidic? It is acidic, right? So when you take calcium carbonate in our balanced product that hits the stomach, you get this effervescent reaction. Now, not a lot, right? You know, the foaming that you see of the science fair volcano, it doesn't do that in your body to that degree, obviously, but we have some effervescing that occurs. And the reason why that we add that calcium carbonate is it helps to increase the surface area and spread out the fiber that's in the product. Okay? Brilliant mechanism. So if we can increase the amount of surface area of the fiber, that means the more cholesterol, the more glucose it can absorb, right? So it's akin to if I take a piece of paper and I crumple it up, how much surface area is on that piece of paper to write on and to do things, to do work on? Not very much, right? But if I take that piece of paper and I spread it out nice, flat, I increase the surface area, right? And I can do more work on that piece of paper. Same principle with our fiber. We add calcium carbonate, it expands the fiber matrix, it increases the surface area, allows for more glucose and cholesterol to be absorbed in that fiber, allowing you to do more work. Now, even when you take natural fiber sources, this mechanism is not happening. So we've basically taken a wrinkle from nature, fiber obviously, and we've taken our knowledge of chemistry, acid-base reactivity, and we've added this principle to this product to make it even better. Calcium carbonate, important ingredient in our balanced product, often overlooked. Okay, let's go back to phytosterols. So, these phytosterols, found in plants. You notice all these ingredients I talked about are natural, found in naturally occurring sources, plants. Phytosterols. So we take this product 15 to 20 minutes before we eat. And this product has a lot of phytosterols in it. Okay? Phytosterols are like cholesterol. And then I eat a meal that has cholesterol in it. So as we said before, very importantly, our body synthesizes cholesterol. We do not need or want cholesterol from our diet. But in the foods that we eat, inevitably there's some cholesterol in there. So the cholesterol hits the stomach, and when cholesterol normally hits the stomach, it's absorbed through the stomach lining, and it's picked up by these big semi-trucks called lipoproteins. And these lipoproteins back up into the lining of the stomach, and they accept cholesterol. They accept these lipids, and then they drive them around through the bloodstream and deliver their cargo to where it's needed, right? Okay, but what happens then, again, as I said, if we have too much cholesterol, this cholesterol can't fit into these trucks, and so cholesterol actually starts hanging off the side and the back of this truck, and you can't close the door properly, and then you have cholesterol falling off the road and going everywhere, and it leaves plaque. Okay? The great thing, though, is when we take Balance, we flood it with phytosterols. The stomach now has a lot of phytosterols, and phytosterols are a lot smaller package than cholesterol. They could fit in all the trucks that shuttle lipids through the body. Okay? So, phytosterols compete with cholesterol for absorption into lipoproteins. And phytosterols are actually better absorbed than cholesterol. Okay? Due to the hydrophobic nature of these phytosterols, they are better absorbed and they are preferred to be uptaken in the lipoproteins. So the net result is when we have cholesterol from the food that we eat, we have a lot of phytosterols. The phytosterols are taken up into the bloodstream, leaving the cholesterol behind. Now the cholesterol is not too sad because it has its buddy fiber hanging out there, so it's okay. You know, it was left out of the party, out of the ride, but it has its friend. Okay? And so cholesterol stays with the fiber where it's eventually pushed out through the GI tract and excreted out of the body. Now we've done something good here, friends, right? We have attenuated the levels of cholesterol that enter into our bloodstream. Okay? We've dialed that back through this mechanism. Phytosterols don't plaque. They're found in a variety of fruits and vegetables, particularly green leafy veggies. That's why, you know, Mother was really right when she said eat your green leafy vegetables. But we have good amounts of phytosterols in here. Phytosterols have other great properties that we don't have time to talk about today, like signal transduction properties, chemopreventative properties, and so on. The other key component is our chrysanthemum morifolium extract here. So found in chrysanthemum are different compounds that upregulate the synthesis of bile acids. Okay? So as I said earlier, bile acids are produced by cholesterol. Okay? From cholesterol. So we have a pool of cholesterol here. When we take and we increase the production of bile acids, what happens is the cholesterol pool shrinks. Chrysanthemum upregulates the production of bile acids. And when we produce more bile acids, that means less cholesterol is around in the bloodstream to plaque out and cause problems. So we have these 4 different distinct mechanisms: fiber, polycosanol, phytosterols, chrysanthemum, which all help to lower cholesterol. Paper here showing that phytosterols help to lower LDL cholesterol. Another paper verifying what I said, that polycosanol inhibits the HMG-CoA reductase enzyme and helps to inhibit cholesterol production. B vitamins. B vitamins and metabolism, that link is well known. Now let's talk about clinical studies. We proprietary make these products, we hold patents on these products, and most importantly, we verify the scientific validity of these products. So, and when we do so, we collaborate with the best institutions in the industry. For this metabolic health product, it would make sense we would collaborate with the Cleveland Clinic, which is one of the top clinics in the United States dealing with metabolic disorders. What we showed here is that by taking our product here, you see here we have the treatment group and the placebo group. Okay, treatments in squares, placebos in circles. You see that after screening, randomization, starting to take the product, either placebo or the real stuff, our fiber matrix in balance, you see that by taking this, it helps to lower our LDL cholesterol levels. Apoptolytin levels, apolipoprotein B levels are reduced as well, which is a key indicator of oxidative stress. Numbers here, we see that when we start, LDL levels are about 159. At the end of the experiment, 145. 159 to 145. The placebo group started out after randomization at 158, ends at 156. No change. Okay? HDL here increases slightly. So we lower LDL. We increase HDL. The conclusions that they make here in this paper, and now this was one of our collaborators, okay, so they don't have any vested interest in this product, they tested it for us, but it's interesting what they say here, that if taken regularly, this can reduce cardiovascular risk on a population basis and potentially decrease the need and or dose for lipid-lowering prescription drugs. Statin drugs can reduce the need for statin-lowering drugs. Now, doctors here, and some of you will likely talk about this product helps to lower cholesterol as statins do, to the same degree as statin drugs. We showed here further, we did another follow-up study saying, okay, our fiber matrix works. Now what if we add phytosterols, polycosanol, chrysanthemum to that? What happens here? Same thing, total cholesterol starts at 214. Total, for those with cholesterol over 200, started at 237. After 8 weeks, 211 and 196, goes down about 10%. LDL goes down by about 24 to 30%. HDL goes up 8 to 12%. Triglycerides go down 6 to 15%. Clinically validated studies. We don't say, well, we think it should do this. We design the formula to do that function, and then we verify that function. And guess what? If we develop a product we think should work and it doesn't give us the results that we want, guess what we do? We launch it anyway. No! No! Absolutely not. We are a science-based company. If it doesn't get the results that we want, what do? Back to the drawing board, right? You know, my formulators on my team grunt and groan and, you know, but we go back and we analyze. Well, why is it not working? What needs to change? What can we do differently to get the desired result? Same thing here, talking about this is a promising natural dietary approach to improving lipid profiles. Okay? So we've done studies all over the world. I'm not going to go through these in great depth, but we did a study in the Philippines, the Angeles Medical Center, with those with dyslipidemia, high cholesterol levels, showing that at the beginning, it's hard to see here, but gray is bad. Okay, just think gray is bad, black is good. This is before taking our fiber matrix. After taking our fiber matrix for 4 weeks, you see we have a decrease in the gray or the bad and a significant increase in the good. Now, as I travel the world, a lot of times people will say, well, you know, you designed this product and it works for Americans, but we're Swiss. It doesn't work for us, right? Or yeah, it works on Caucasians, but you know, I'm from Myanmar. It won't work on me. We have done studies all over the world, and you know what we found? As long as your species is Homo sapien, it works. Across the board, it works. Another study in Guam, this was an interesting one, showing that even people who are taking statins, people on statin drugs, taking our Balance product in combination with statin drugs makes statins even better. Okay? So, and some people taking statin drugs helps to lower it, taking our Balance even helps to lower it more. And that's important because what that means is this is going through a different mode of action. Okay, a different biochemical mechanism than statin drugs. Now, statin drugs are a pharmaceutical compound. They're great. They've helped to improve quality of life for millions of people, but they have some side effects. And statin drugs, if you look at the biochemical mechanisms for how they work, they actually don't fix the metabolic problem. They stymie it. They put a Band-Aid on it. With the natural ingredients that we have here, we bring the metabolic system back into balance. That is the point. We're not stymieing it. We're not putting a bandage on it. We're changing the physiological dynamic of the metabolism. Balanced glucose. Wonderful product in our fiber family. The key ingredient here that we've done is fiber. Now, in designing this product, right, we wanted something that was really, really good at absorbing glucose. So we had our cholesterol formula here. We include the best ingredients in the industry helping to lower cholesterol. We did the same with glucose. And what we did is we redesigned our fiber matrix to make this a glucose-eating, hugging machine. Okay? We wanted to make this fiber matrix like the best soccer goalie in the world that doesn't let anything past it. So we redesigned this fiber matrix. We tweaked it. We added a proprietary fiber that we call NutriFiber to this formula that has an uncanny ability to absorb glucose. So the primary mode of action of this product is absorbing excess glucose. And now the more research comes out talking about anti-glycation end products, it's clear that excess glucose, simple sugars in the body, can throw the metabolism out of whack faster than pretty much anything we can do. So important to attenuate glucose levels. And that's what this product does, to an amazing degree. So we talked about this. Like associates with like. This fiber matrix is so good at absorbing large amounts, most of the glucose that we take into our diet, and preventing it from hitting the bloodstream, causing our glucose and consequently our insulin to spike. Now, to verify this, we collaborated with Sydney University, whose Institute of Glycemic Index Research Service. This is the best service in the world. Sydney University, this area is known for glycemic index research. And what we showed is that when we take, I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to see, but the red is the normal glucose spike. Okay? The yellow is the glycemic index spike that we see when we eat either on the top, white bread, or on the bottom of mashed potatoes. And the blue and the green lines show the reduction that occurs when we take 1 or 2 doses of our balanced glucose product. So showing here that we have a 28% reduction in glycemic index response. Okay, between a 20 and a 30% reduction by taking this product. Proof of principle that this product is absorbing glucose, pulling out of the bloodstream. Now that might seem like a little thing, but genetic studies, metabolic studies have shown that there isn't anything more important that you could do to change metabolism than to attenuate these sugar levels, especially in the world that we live in today with the food that we take. We did some different studies. We did a couple studies with a group called Diabetes in Control. The first study that we did basically showed that by taking this product, we helped to lower HbA1c by 1.4%. This study here showed that this product worked not only for glucose levels, after 90 days, brought it down from 173 to 156, 278 to 237, a 10 and about a 15% change, brought down HbA1c from 9 to 8.1, but also, importantly, lowered cholesterol, triglycerides, LDL, increased HDL. Okay? So these products, yes, we call them balanced glucose, we call them balanced cholesterol, but balanced cholesterol has glucose absorbing properties. Balanced glucose has cholesterol attenuating properties. But we've modified and tailored the formula for those different need states. Another study done in Katy, Texas, showing the same sort of thing. Lowering of total cholesterol, LDL, HDL, glucose levels. Here, going from 218 to after 8 weeks, 155, a change of about 30%. And again, we need to understand the magic that happens when we reduce our glycemic intake by 30%. Huge things happen. These are revolutionary products for metabolic health. There is nothing out there on the market that your family and friends can use that will help them as much as this product. Indeed, you have something in your hands that can change the world. You do. You can literally change lives by changing their metabolic health. Now, which one should I use? I get this question all the time. Which product should we use? You know, people say to me, well, you know, balanced glucose is better. Other people say, well, no, balanced cholesterol is better. Which one should I use? It depends on your need state. People say, well, I want to lose weight. Which one should I use? It depends on your need state. Are your cholesterol levels high? Genetically speaking, are you more prone to higher cholesterol levels like I am in my family? If you are, then balanced cholesterol is the one for you that will help to bring your metabolism back into balance. And when you bring your metabolism back into balance, guess what happens to the weight? It drops. Weight loss, again, is a byproduct of bringing our metabolic physiology back into balance. Okay? If glucose is more of our Achilles heel, diabetes, history of diabetes in our family, then what's the product for you based on your need state? Balanced glucose. Hope that makes sense.